Think about why you use a pen. You don't value the physical plastic or the weight of the metal nib. You value the service it renders, the ability to lay ink on paper and communicate information. We attach value to tools based on the specific tasks they perform for us. Viewed through this lens, money functions as a piece of engineering technology. It is a tool built to solve the complex problems of human exchange. When we treat money strictly as a technology, we can objectively evaluate how well different systems perform the core duties of trade. This checklist represents the engineering rubric for money. To function, a monetary tool must provide 5 specific services. It must be divisible, durable, portable, recognizable, and scarce. Historically, precious metals were the superior technology. Gold and silver dominated global trade because their physical properties satisfied this checklist better than any other material available at the time. However, metal is bound by physical limits. Moving large quantities is slow. Dividing a coin is impractical. Verifying purity requires manual effort. What if we removed these physical barriers? What if we built a monetary technology using pure information, designed to mathematically solve the friction points of the physical world? Bitcoin is a deliberate engineering attempt to mathematically solve these 5 historical requirements of money. Because it consists of data, Bitcoin moves at the speed of light, and instead of physically cutting a coin, a single Bitcoin can be fractured into 100 million units called satoshis. If the world ever needs even smaller units for day-to-day transactions, the code can be updated to allow for even deeper levels of divisibility. For durability, Bitcoin looks to the survival of ancient texts. Distributed information outlasts the physical empires that try to erase it. Bitcoin's ledger exists in the same distributed state. The network uses a difficulty adjustment to protect itself. This algorithm adapts to the computing power currently active. If a large portion of the network's hardware is destroyed, the system automatically makes the mining process easier, creating an immediate incentive for new computers to join and heal the network. This architecture creates a frictionless monetary system that actively defends itself against physical attack. Recognizing genuine money once required manual labor. Merchants had to drop coins on stone to hear their ring, or use magnifying loupes to check for lead centers beneath a gold plating. Bitcoin automates this verification. Users run a full node on standard computers to audit and verify the network in real time. Protecting this decentralization was the cause of the Bitcoin civil war over block sizes. The community fought to keep the data limits small so the network would remain accessible. By keeping the hardware requirements low, the system ensures that any individual can audit the total supply without relying on a central authority or a bank. This guarantee means that if you hold a fraction of the supply, you have mathematical certainty that your share is genuine and cannot be faked. This leads to the final and most vital service in the rubric, scarcity. Gold has a hidden flaw. When its price rises, the world is incentivized to pour more energy and capital into mining, which eventually increases the supply and puts downward pressure on its value. Government-issued fiat currency is even more vulnerable. Central banks have the legalized authority to print currency in unlimited amounts. This printing process inflates the supply, diluting the wealth and purchasing power of everyone holding the currency. Historically, all forms of money have failed the scarcity test because their supplies could be manipulated by human action or institutional power. Bitcoin provides a breakthrough. No matter how much energy or capital is spent on the network, the supply curve remains unchanged. It is capped at 21 million units. The algorithm adapts to human effort. The harder we pursue the remaining supply, the more the system resists, keeping the issuance schedule fixed until the final coin is mined in the year 2140. This provides a state of perfect information, a condition where all market actors have total certainty about the supply, allowing for the most efficient generation of wealth. By guaranteeing absolute scarcity, Bitcoin represents a one-time discovery. It brings the global economy closer to a state of perfect competition than ever before. By perfecting the technology of money, Bitcoin creates a system that permanently protects human wealth from the impediments of inflation.